The most difficult time in raising broilers is the first week, because the activities you need to do within the first week are more precise. The first week is more demanding and tasking, but there is this joy that comes at the end of the week your birds are healthy, which will help to ensure smooth growth and development into the preceding weeks. But how will you know that your birds are healthy if you don't know what to expect at the end of the first week? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the features to look out for in a 1-week-old broiler, so that should in case your broilers happen to fall short of any of these features, you will know that there is problem. And then if you watch the video to the end, I will recommend what you can do so as not to do this mistake and also fall back on track. And the video is starting right now. First, let me start with the prominent physical attributes from the head to the feet. If you happen to be the type of farmer who is only able to differentiate the male broilers from the female broilers through the development of the comb and wattle, I'm sorry to disappoint you. At the end of the first week, you will not be able to differentiate that, because the development of the comb and wattle is not prominent. So you will just see everything look alike. After that, we'll talk about the eyes. The eyes should be open and bright colored, devoid of tears, and then the area around the eyelid should not be matted. Talking about the nostrils should be clear, and there should be no sign of pasting around it. If there is any sign of pasting, it might be an early sign of respiratory problem which you may have been overlooking. Then next, we'll talk about the beak. You know, when the birds came in on the birds, normally healthy day-old chicks normally have beaks that are well aligned this way. So if your birds came in and their beaks were like this on the first day, at the end of the first week, it should still be like this. The only difference is that it must have increased in size, proportional to the size of the body of the birds. After that, we'll talk about what we notice on the wings. Other parts of the body of the 1-week-old broiler is fur-like and kind of tending towards yellow in color. But you notice that the wing feather is the place that should be white at this particular point in time. Let me just say it have developed, but the size will still be in proportional to the size of the bird. Not that big. It's just growing alongside as the broiler is growing. Then next, we'll go down to the abdominal projection. You notice that behind, just under the anus, you notice this ball-like projection that tends to come out behind, under the anus. At the end of the first week, it should be prominent. In some of the birds, some of them may show this development of vent feather, and it will be very small. Although some of them you will not notice that, but whether you see it or not, it's still okay. And then finally, we'll talk about the legs. The legs should be straight as it came in day one. You should be able to carry the body, and also the feet should also be straight on its own. After the physical appearance, the next you should look out for is the behavior of the birds. At the end of the first week, the birds should also be as alert and active as they were on the first day. They should be alert to sounds. Maybe let's say birds are making noise outside. You notice the reaction of the birds. They should be alert to that sound. Or maybe you, the farmer, you tend to make a strange sharp noise. Maybe say you clap. You notice that all the broilers there will suspend whatever thing they are doing. Like say maybe they were feeding, they will suspend the feeding. The ones that are sleeping will suspend the sleeping. They will all raise their heads almost the same time, and then look towards the direction where the noise is coming from. While they are looking there, they are running to the opposite direction for safety. And also, the birds should be actively playing. If they are not sleeping and they are not eating and they are not resting, they should be running around and playing here and there. But another thing you should notice as a smart farmer is the birds that tend to cluster regularly along the edges of the brooding house. First week is still brooding, so let's just call it brooding house. Those ones that are clustered around there are the smaller ones in the litter, or they might have been the ones that have finished eating and then they went to the edge to rest. But as a smart farmer who has uniformity in mind, what you should always do is whenever you come into the poultry house, you walk around the edges so that you will shuffle the birds. What I mean by shuffling is those ones there will tend to come to the middle and start eating, then the ones that are now going to replace them there probably are the ones that have eaten, that just want to go rest where no one will disturb them. Next thing is the feeding attitude of the birds. At the end of the first week, each healthy broiler must have consumed at least an average of 167 grams of feed. If you convert it to kg, that's 0.167 kg of feed, to be giving them nothing less than 185 grams of weight. Now their weight should, broilers normally gain 4 to 5 times their arrival weight. So at the end of the first week, you should be noticing a weight of between 185 to 200 and 250 grams. If you get anything lower than that, there are many things that cause it, but I will still advise you to look into your feed if the feed has enough crude protein that can sustain their growth and development and weight adding. And also, if you happen to get anything above 250, that's pretty awesome. And finally, at the end of the first week, the bird should be able to tolerate a temperature of as low as 29 degrees to 30 degrees. If you are giving them anything above that, it depends on your location. They may not be able to tolerate it. It might be tending towards heat to them, because as they are growing and their feather is gradually forming itself, the heat requirement of their body is gradually dropping. So giving them something like between 29 degrees C to 30 degrees C is considered normal to them. These are some of the physical attributes you should look out for in a healthy 1-week-old broiler. Now, if it happens to be that your birds are falling short of this and you want to prevent this from happening in the nearest future, then I encourage you to enroll to the broiler video course, because in the video course you will learn everything from A to Z about raising broilers, starting from the planning phase that will help you do proper budgeting before the birds come in, to the preparation phase where you prepare everything that these birds will need before they arrive, and then the course will take you to the day-to-day activities in handling these broilers, and then finally at the end of raising them is the marketing. The course will teach you how to market, and there are some marketing scripts that will be shared with you if you enroll to the course. That's all you need to know about what to expect in a healthy 1-week-old broiler. What features do you notice in your broilers that I failed to mention in this video? Please feel free to share with us in the comment section of this video so that all of us will learn something new. That's it for this video, guys. See you next time.